a warning?
There's nothing to worry about.
I'm worried that you work in an office, have children, celebrate wedding anniversaries. The world of heterosexual is a sick and boring life.
That's a modern nose, diddle-diddle-dee, a girl came riding into town one day. Diddle-diddle, she was quite a sight. It's Pippi Longstocking, hee-ho-ho, hee-ho-ho. It's Pippi Longstocking, there's no one like her.
Welcome, Pippi Longstocking, and Sir Nilsson, and Old Man, her pet horse. The fantastic storybook adventures of Pippi Longstocking have sold over 5 million copies. Now at last, Pippi Longstocking comes alive on the screen with all the wonderful characters from her book. Pippi Longstocking is a girl who does whatever she wants. She has a bag full of gold and lots of friends to help her spend it.
Say, raspberries, gumballs, licorice sticks, and more, please. Would you mind, ma'am? Oh, my. Teen.
You'll love the exciting adventures of Pippi Longstocking, a motion picture for the entire family.
She's quite unique, diddle-diddle with her small disarming. She is such an it, tra-la-la, you'll love her too.
Be sure to see Pippi Longstocking.
Welcome back to the show, listeners.
You're welcome, by the way. This song is going to be trapped in your brain until the end of time.
We've got an earworm on our hands. Scott, I am very, very excited to discuss the subject matter today. Half of the subject matter today. One half,
I mean, we're covering a lot.
We are covering a lot. But I'm very excited. This subject matter, this IP goes back very, very far and very deeply for me and my growing up. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Alrighty, listeners. My name's Pete.
And I'm Scott, and these are the movies that made us gay.
Yes,
well,
indeed.
let's give a very warm Movies That Made Us Gay welcome to our guest and friend of the pod, Jason Yocum. Welcome to the show.
Jason, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's actually Jason Ponderosa Rutabaga Velveteen Bell Mars Yocum.
I love it. Ephraim's son.
So,
exactly.
When you reached out wanting to be on, you gave us a very sweet voice message. Always kind of interesting to hear like voices of listeners and stuff. I really like that. But you gave a long list of movies that you wanted to talk about, and one really stood out on that list that I knew that we had to eventually get to on the podcast. So it's time for the Pippi Longstocking episode.
Yes, indeed.
And we're covering a lot, too.
We are. I think we're kind of running the gamut of almost all things Pippi.
I wanted to watch the biopic about the author, but I ran out of time.
Right.
I had to settle with watching the
There's
trailer.
a biopic?
There's a biopic.
Becoming Astrid.
Well, she's like a national treasure of Sweden.
Yes, she absolutely
So that
is.
demands a major motion picture.
I do think Becoming Astrid is like the easiest title for
Lazy.
a biopic. A little lazy, but you know. We did not watch Becoming Astrid, and we did not review the animated feature. But, you know,
We watched
I think that's okay.
tourist videos.
That'll be the sequel.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
watched tourist videos of the theme park.
Astrid Lindgren's World in Sweden. An entire theme park. Yeah. Because, you know, unbeknownst to maybe quite a few Americans, Pippi is one of several Astrid Lindgren what am I?
They're chapter books.
Properties.
Creations.
Yeah, creations.
Children.
Exactly. Children's creation.
literature.
And
Yeah.
children's literature. And she has several other stories that are kind of like franchises where there's multiple stories, multiple books, and they're all in kind of like the different fantasy areas. But you know, Pippi, I think, is definitely the most famous here in the United States and maybe around the world of her books.
She has other well-known children's books in Sweden, but Pippi is the most famous
Yeah.
of all of them. Yep.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Jason, for bringing this to the show. I was so glad to revisit Pippi. Scott and I have definitely rented Pippi movies before to kind of review them, but this was the first time we kind of got them all together and did it in one sitting, and it was pretty wild.
We've been doing it these past few days.
It's a lot of Pippi. It is a lot.
Yeah, it is. I mean, a lot, but also kind of all the same story and all the different reworkings that we did, but that's okay. Scott, before we get to our personal intros with Pippi, can you talk about some stats, get some paperwork out?
Well, we watched 2 main movies of Pippi Longstocking.
Yes.
I mean, we're going to be talking about Pippi in general, but we're going to be focusing on the 2 major film adaptations. The first one that we will be talking about is The New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking, the 1988 film written and directed by Ken Anakin. We have covered another Ken Anakin movie on the podcast.
I mean, Ken Anakin,
Pete and Jason,
kind of prolific.
He directed the Swiss Family Robinson. Which I can see some connections there. Like when you kind of look at both of those movies. New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking, directed by Ken Anakin, premiered March 8th in Tokyo, Japan, and went on to its U.S. release July 29th, 1988. And then we are following it up with Pippi Longstocking, directed by Ollie Helbom, written by Astrid Lindgren, based on her series of books. The movie premiered in West Germany May 9th, 1969, and didn't have its United States release until Christmas of 1973, with a fresh new dub.
Yes.
We were trying to find the original dubbing of both the TV show and the movie, and we could only find one clip on YouTube.
No, I think it was the whole movie.
It was the whole movie?
Yeah, I just showed you only a little clip.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that in a moment. But first, Jason, tell us about your earliest memories of Pippi. Which version is kind of your Pippi, and why she means so much to you?
1988, man.
Yeah.
Pippi, that Pippi is my girl.
Okay.
I mean, that is the Pippi that I knew. The New Adventures, though, it sounds like it is a sequel, but it's not. It's a reimagining, which apparently was not really that well received. But I grew up with that, and I was also a 4-H kid, so...
I was a 4-H kid.
Yeah! Heart, hands, health, and... Wait, which one?
Heart, hands, head... Oh, fuck, I don't remember.
I pledged my... Fuck. I can't remember.
Oh,
I feel so on the spot.
Our 4-H meetings were done in an old schoolhouse. How goddamn country does that sound? An old schoolhouse.
So good. That also feels very Pippi.
Oh, absolutely.
Are you trying to look up the 4-H? 4-H's?
Head, heart, hands, and health.
Clear thinking,
yeah, we got it.
My hands to... My head to clear thinking. Yeah, sure. My hands to better service. My heart to better living. My health for better living.
And your heart
for my club. For my club, my community, my country, and my world. Oh, the things that stay in my brain.
Love it.
Yeah. So being around horses and like Pippi felt familial, and like the stock tank that she has in the house, I'm like, okay, yeah, like, sure. We had that stock tank. I know that stuff.
Is that the big water barrel for the horses to drink out of, or what's a stock tank? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, or a swimming pool. The big metal stock tank that she bathes in, I guess, and then does her great spin out of.
Okay.
I feel like those were really big during the pandemic because people were making them into makeshift swimming pools and like baths to have. It was a big thing during the pandemic that people were doing.
Cold plunges.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But they're great country swimming pools, but they will tear the shit up out of your feet. Like you end up scraping them, and it's worth it though.
Okay, so the New Adventures, the 80s version. All right, I love it. When did you watch, or what's your history with the Swedish German productions?
This was the first time I had ever seen them.
My gosh.
I had seen them just, through
Yeah.
media exposure, but never actually watched.
Right.
And I watched it after rewatching The New Adventures, and that English dub.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah.
Woof.
Woof. Yeah. It's
I
crazy.
kind of loved it though.
It's crazy, but
I think it has charm to
no,
it.
it's very charming. It's very charming.
It's pretty brash. I mean,
okay. Now let me ask you this: the version that you watched, was it the one that's the movie, or is it the one that's episodes of the TV show?
so I did a little bit of both.
Okay, good.
I actually tracked this down on eBay, and the first attempt at ordering, the disc that came in it was the series, and it was supposed to be the movie.
Right.
So I had to order it again to get the actual movie. And after watching the movie, it's like, I got to see what's up with this dub situation, because you mentioned that the dub was different.
Yeah.
It is so much better on the series.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But I do want to redub it in a bad lip reading G.I. Joe kind of way.
Well, that's what's interesting about finding the original voice of these kids, because there's a little more naturalism with their speaking voice.
Oh, right.
It sounds more like a movie or like traditional acting.
Yeah. When you do, there's
Right.
a YouTube video that's like Scott was mentioning, and it's the original audio, so it's them speaking Swedish, and it's the voice. I feel like in both dubs, Tommy is most likely a female, a woman doing this voice, right? Because it doesn't seem like they're children. It seems like they're adult women doing children's voices for all three.
Yes, and certain scenes where I was like, wait, was that Tommy speaking?
And it's difficult to differentiate between the two, because when everything's dubbed over, there's no like nuance to it. So yeah, when we did find that, there's no subtitles, but still kind of the scenes are very simplistic, so you're kind of like, okay. But yeah, you do get a little bit more of a sense for these kids as actors, and why Inger Nilsson is so kind of like iconic to Sweden as this character.
Because that image of her picking up the horse. Even if I didn't watch this for years, but I always knew of the cute little Swedish Pippi picking up the horse.
Right. So, okay. So, famously or not so famously, the repackaged movie of the original television series came to America in 1973, we said, right? Mm-hmm. When that did come to America, a lot of television stations got their hands on it and would show it pretty frequently, right? Movies for a Saturday afternoon. I've talked about this several times on the show. Here in Los Angeles, we had Family Film Festival on the weekends, and they showed a lot of these movies.
Who's the host?
The host was Tom. I'll have to look it up. His name was Tom.
Bergeron.
No, not Tom Bergeron. Older than that. I'm talking early 80s. And the host is a really handsome guy. And I think that it has been noted that posthumously it has been noted that he was a homosexual.
Okay.
I don't know if that's apocryphal or not, but I think that's correct. At any rate, they would show, kids' movies on Saturday and Sunday afternoons, and Pippi was one of them. And myself and my older sister, as small children, would come across the Pippi version and the Swedish Pippi. And we were just so, fascinated by the crazy dub. We thought it was, so funny, right? We're children. And there was just something about Pippi being a little girl. She's a little girl in those movies, right? Compared to the New Adventures.
Right.
Right. And I think it gives Pippi a little bit more, you as the audience, give her a little bit more kind of grace for being such a rascal. I don't know. How do you, for being so damn naughty.
Rascal is a good word choice. I was thinking brat.
A little stinker.
But that's the thing.
Yes, little stinker.
Tami Erin in the New Adventures, I think, comes across a little bit more bratty, right? Maybe
because she's clearly a teenager.
Because she's so much older.
Yeah, how old is she supposed to be in the movie? 11?
I think 11. Yeah, I think when you read synopses, Wikipedia, all that, I think it says 11. Pippi as a character is probably younger than that, because Inger Nilsson was probably 8 when they made those movies. Mm-hmm. And There is just something so inherently European about the original version. I think there is about the New Adventures as well. This does not seem like an American story, right? I don't know.
For sure.
For sure. And that like Florida coastal
I was going to say, we're going to have to talk about the setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so pastoral and like, yeah, there's some roads and there's a main street in
But there's also a palm tree.
Yeah. Well, and there's a palm tree. But, there's just something that's so, to a kid like myself and my sister who grew up in Los Angeles on the mean streets of LA, we see this crazy little kid with the pigtails and the crazy hair and the crazy like outfit and the Tommy
fashion icon.
But listen, Tommy's wearing like saltwater sandals. Tommy is giving like Christopher Robin in his little buckle shoes.
Gay Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to say
No,
it.
absolutely.
With his little book, his book belt that he's carrying around.
Their books wrapped in a belt.
That's some that Pinocchio ass shit right there.
Yes.
That is some Pinocchio ass shit.
But we were so fascinated by how different it looked and how, because they were so young, they were just kids like being crazy kids. And it's the kind of things that you as kids do, but Pippi really did it, right? Like you say you're doing these things and you're playing pretend, but like she had a horse with spots and she had the little squirrel monkey, Mr. Nilsson. And so, yeah, we were just fascinated and enamored and we just loved it. And every time it came on, whoever was in the room and saw it first just screamed. Just like with the Dark Crystal, we just screamed across the house, "It's on! It's Pippi!" And we would just come and watch from whatever point the movie was on. We'd watch the rest of it and laughed at the dubbing and we loved it. Scott, what about you?
Jason, I also grew up on the New Adventures of Pippi.
Yeah.
I think that
Thank you.
I would have watched this this was recorded off cable somehow, that I think that we had a tape of this, but it was also aired on the Disney Channel from time to time in the early 90s.
I miss the old Disney Channel.
I know.
Does
Those were good
the
vibes.
Disney Channel even exist anymore?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just like Disney Plus.
I think if you have cable, there's Disney XD, which is just cartoons.
But I
like
mean,
new
you
ones.
would get weird movies like The New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking that would be probably programmed in the evening, because that's, I think, when they tried to really focus on family viewing. So you would, I mean, I swear that I remember watching one of the Planet of the Apes movies off the Disney Channel. It was just sort of this wild west of cable programming. And The New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking was my favorite.
Yeah.
And you would also get things in the mix that were like not necessarily direct to video, but kind of alternative, let's say queer title selections. Like Pippi, were like, well, that's a little strange, but cool.
Yeah. Okay, Scott, when did I introduce you to
You introduced me to this. I think that we rented this from Videotheque.
Crazy.
That we rented the
same copies we have right now that we
they're
rented
probably
from
the same
Videotheque.
copies that we rented. That you would have introduced me to the Swedish movies.
So, as a kid, local television showing the movie version, I was not aware until I was an adult that this was repackaged from an original TV series that they just kind of cut together, made a movie, and then they made several sequels. Pippi on the High Seas, Pippi Goes Aboard, all that stuff. I think Family Film Festival would show those as well. But the original...
Have you seen all of those?
Not since I was a kid. And those are available at our local shop to rent. I only got the original movie and the series. I think those were the ones that we really connected to because it's Pippi coming to town on the horse and the kids just like peeking. I wish a kid would move into that house. That's what we really love.
How much fun it looked like cleaning the floor and putting the scrubbers on your feet.
Scrubbing day is my favorite day.
Scrubbing day. So my mother to this day will tell the story of how rambunctious I was as a kid, and me forcing my sister and all of my cousins to play The Floor is Lava. And we're watching it and I was like, did I get that from Pippi? I might have gotten it from Pippi. Don't touch the floor. It's don't touch the floor. Like,
I mean, that's probably the source of where
Pippi invent that game.
I think she did.
I mean, Astrid Lindgren invented that game because I think that's taken from the books.
I think for me, there's the charm that comes from the dubbing, but I think depiction of Villa Villakula in the Swedish versions, where it's painted on the outside and the inside, half finished, right? In these garish colors, the pink and green and all that. But it's painted in a way that like only Pippi can only reach so high. So it's like stops. The paint doesn't go to the ceiling, you know.
Did not even clock that.
Yeah. You know, it's painted with big brush strokes, but it's not done, you know, the inside and the outside. And granted, Pippi can climb onto the roof. Pippi can, you know, do all of these things, but still, she's still a kid, right? So they do these. I think that like the pink and the green and the yellows, these colors look so well, you know, on this cool house. And that I think that was missing for me from the New Adventures. The house was white on the outside. I was like, oh, the house needs to be garishly painted. Yeah, like I said, it's these things that you play, these games that you play as kids that you're just using your imagination, but then these kids are actually going ahead and doing it. And also just, I think for me as a little boy, maybe I did think Tommy was very, very cute. Maybe I was like, ooh.
I mean, Tommy likes
crush on Tommy.
Tommy likes to hang out with the girls.
He loves hanging out with the gals.
So he takes after my heart.
Yeah.
Also, in the Swedish version, he's at the ladies' luncheon. Like,
yes.
What are you doing there? No shade.
Something
but, like,
that I would do. Yeah. I was upset when we did watch the television series, which, like we're saying, the dub is better because I don't know.
I think they're closer to the original script that Astrid wrote.
I think for one thing, it's closer to the script. In the movie version, they have American accents, which is kind of funny. At least they're like have British accents now, so it sounds a little bit more European. But in the series, her name is Anna. And I'm like, Anna? That is Annika.
Did you look up the Pippi's original name in the Swedish language?
Pippilotta? Like the full...
Yeah, it's really long.
Yeah, it's really long.
Pippilotta...
Windowshade?
Yeah.
Where is it? What do we got here? So we've got Pippilotta, Victualia, Rulgardina, Chrisminta, Ephraim's daughter, Longstocking.
This translates into the English language as Pippi Longstocking.
Right, but then what is it in the movie in the New Adventures? It's a little shorter. Windowshade.
Yeah, I have it in my notes. It's Pippilotta Delicatessen Windowshade Longstocking, I think.
Delicatessa.
Delicatessa.
See, because that's like a kid hearing the word delicatessen, but also hearing the word Contessa and thinking like, I love that. It's okay, cute.
Also, it kind of irks me when some of these older titles don't have subtitles or captions. I'm like, I don't know what they said.
I know.
It's like listening for lyrics off of a tape or something and backing it up. Like, wait, what? I think I got it.
Have we all become slaves to the subtitles, though? I think it's just a thing now that everybody watches everything with subtitles.
We're just...
We're informed.
Well, now it's
they're
like...
always on, yeah.
Well, now the audio mixing of everything that comes out is so weird.
Yeah.
That sometimes you need it.
I do appreciate some of these titles where it is almost basically a mono track of flat, clear, good, sweet.
We don't want to blow out our windows, so we just have it. So we have to read the subtitles.
I have in my notes that a lot of Lindgren's books are reflections of the culture of Europe post World War II, and I think that's what maybe doesn't really translate to something like the New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking,
right?
Or they don't really really nail a lot of the original themes of the character. I know that Astrid does not care for the New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking. That she did watch it. I know that getting the rights to the book was a big...
She was very protective.
A big ordeal with the producer that she originally didn't want to let go of these characters and have a big Hollywood adaptation. She ultimately caved to this producer.
Because the producer's kid... loved it so much.
They went to Sweden because
I think that's a cute story.
They went to Sweden because they were filming another movie, and they decided to go visit with Astrid. And I think that the kid kind of is what's really sold the books from Astrid. But kind of the themes of Astrid Lindgren's books that you can see with the character of Pippi is independence and self-reliance, nonconformity, and anti-authoritarianism.
Right. Authoritarianism.
It's a hard word to say.
Disestablishment. I can't even say it. Disestablishmentarianism.
There you go.
Which I know kind of pressed some buttons when these books originally came out.
I mean, I can't even imagine. In like the early 50s, this little girl just like living her life saying F you to adults.
Mm-hmm. I mean, very.
And she's a redhead.
Oh my gosh.
Anti-police.
I mean, I would think that in Europe at that time, wasn't it a very like children should be seen and not heard kind of attitude? Right. So I think this little girl being this, this crazy
fearless force.
Yeah.
I also have in the next theme childhood perspective and empowerment, strength and gender role reversal.
Yeah.
Pippi is a girl. I mean, I would take it that probably most children's stories, besides something like Alice in Wonderland, the main protagonist was usually a boy.
Yeah.
Friendship and kindness, imagination and creativity, resilience and coping with loss. Pippi is just kind of this orphan.
Yeah.
And we were talking of when does it really address in the Swedish version that she doesn't have parents? And she says that my mother's in heaven.
She says early on once that her mother's in heaven, and then we just know that her father is, he's off being the king of the cannibals.
Which is another really troubling thing.
Yeah. That
didn't process for me as a kid. And then watching it this time, I'm like, wait, what? Is he a cannibal as well? What is happening?
Well,
the orphanism or Pippi's loss of her mom, it shows up a little bit in the Swedish version where she's talking out the window. But the scene I remember and like really hit me watching the new Adventures was her looking out the window and to the cloud, the hole in the cloud over her house, and talking to her mom and just saying, I'm so confused. And I was just like, oh.
But is she actually talking to her mom?
I think she's talking to her, but you're saying is the mother responding?
Is the mother responding?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, in Pippi's heart, her
mother's like Lion King.
Yes.
And also, I mean, us queer folk love a good found family narrative too.
I mean,
of course. Mm-hmm.
We as Swedish children, we get to choose our families. So, I mean, really quickly, the whole thing about her father being this kind of old salt, this like seaman, and the story about
sorry,
had to go there.
Go on.
The inspiration for her father, Captain Efraim Longstocking, comes from the real life Carl Emil Peterson, a Swedish sailor who became king of Tabar Island in Papua New Guinea after a shipwreck in 1904. He married the local king's daughter, and they had 9 children. And became the king of this island. So this is a real story in Sweden about this man, And I guess his stories were like sent back.
Oh, he looks very Donald Duck in his Wikipedia.
He's got the Donald Duck white shirt with the bow and the hat. Let's see. He became king after the death of his father-in-law. His nickname among the locals was Strong Charlie for his famed physical strength. And Swedish and German newspapers printed stories about him and his adventures throughout his life. So this just came back to like Sweden, folklore. So it was just kind of this known thing. So they kind of modeled his character off of that. I think some things have been maybe edited from modern copies of the books. I think references to cannibalism, things like that.
I was going to say maybe the cannibalism got thrown back a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, other than that, thankfully, touch wood, Astrid Lindgren's legacy is still pretty clean. The Pippi books don't have there's no like crazy like blackface or, like anything really untoward.
I think that she was
there, thankfully.
I think she was a pretty staunch socialist too. Very anti-fascism.
Yes. Love it. And so I
for her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think that this is we're in good hands here. So other than a couple of things here and there, because you never know, especially with something from this time, from this era in Europe, there might be some things that are a little not so great these days. But that's about the end of that.
There's some questionable moments in the TV show.
I mean, yeah.
She fully does the Chinese eyes.
She does.
Yeah.
She does. There's some Asian stuff in there that's a little not great. So maybe they'll cut those out of Family Film Festival moving forward. But we don't. Yeah, sorry about that, listeners. But other than that, I think where are we going with this? Yeah, like you were saying, I think Pippi as a character, her like self-reliance is really great, and I think in the new adventures, I think Tami Erin.
Yes.
Tami Erin. I think for the most part, she's doing a good job. For me, my biggest issues are, for me, Pippi is a little kid. And Tammy's a little girl. She's a young girl. Don't get me wrong. She's not a teen.
I think she was 14
Yeah.
when she made this. So
Yeah. I think she could have been a little younger, but I think for the subject matter that they're doing, for all intents and purposes, great job.
I thought it was interesting.
If I saw this first, I'd have loved the shit out of it.
I thought it was
I'm just
interesting
saying.
that you mentioned that the main head girl at the orphanage came in second to being Pippi.
Right.
And she had to
Really?
have the
Yes.
consolation prize as the mean orphan
being the-
girl with the British accent.
So the director...
little British twit.
Yeah. What's the director's name? Anakin Skywalker. He really, really liked her a lot, so much so that when they couldn't give her the role, he said, let's write something for her.
I think it was the gymnastics is what
pushed Tami over the edge.
Pushed Tami over the edge.
Sure.
We're talking about Faye Masterson as the head girl. Listeners, you might know Faye Masterson from her role as Sally in Eyes Wide Shut. She is the roommate of Vanessa Shaw, who plays Domino.
Yeah.
Of when Tom Cruise goes back over to Domino's apartment after almost having sex with her the night before, and Sally, this actress, informs her that Domino has just got the call that she's HIV positive.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so she has a memorable scene in Eyes Wide Shut.
Spoilers.
So,
Yep.
so she doesn't get the Pippi movie, but she goes on to work with Stanley Kubrick.
She works regularly, too. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that role was written specifically for her. That role probably would not have been in the film if she didn't make such an impression on Anakin Skywalker. But I'm sorry, Ken Anakin. But the thing is, when you watch the movie, she's taller than Tami.
Yeah.
She's even taller than her. So it's like she maybe she grew as production from the time of
Or maybe it's just that
auditions.
the trend of the time of 20-year-olds playing high schoolers, and you just the trickle down of that.
Right.
Well, and also
15, yeah, she's 10, whatever.
Well, also Tami Erin's probably in almost every scene of this movie, and the logistics of doing a major movie with a child that's 10 is maybe not
Absolutely.
that realistic.
Yeah.
Tami Erin, she gives me a very Robin Lively
Tami Erin
quality about her.
looks exactly like Robin Lively.
Do you think she went up for Teen Witch?
Robin Lively, the Teen Witch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sister of Blake Lively.
I mean, I think she, even being born in 1974, I think Robin has a couple years on Tami. I think she might have been too young for Teen Witch. But she looks exactly like her. She does great in this job, but in this movie, but who is the standout for me in this movie?
Eileen Brennan. Eileen Brennan's so good.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I love her so much. And this was my first exposure to
It probably was my first exposure to Eileen Brennan, too. Yeah. Because I don't think I had seen Clue at this time, and I definitely was not watching Private Benjamin when I was 10 years old.
Yeah. I think for me, what really works with Miss Bannister is that on the surface, she is the authoritarian. She is kind of Pippi's enemy, trying to get her to this home for kids. But at the end of the day, when she goes to Pippi's, when she is let into Villa Villacula, and Pippi's like trying to go to sleep, and she's trying to bargain with her of like, come live with us. That scene is so good.
Yeah.
Like she really wants Pippi. Yeah. She wants Pippi to be safe and to have food and to, be somewhere where these men aren't going to try and rob you, like all of this shit.
It does feel genuine and not just the propped up caricature of, mean old headmistress.
Right. Because even the school marm, slaps her on the back of the hand with that ruler. Like, I mean, these are the times. But, the school marm, I think, is given that role of she's going to be the straight person and kind of the almost comedically evil school mistress, right? But Eileen Brennan gets to come in and like, yes, at the beginning, she's just like, who is that girl? Who is that little brat? Whatever. But at the end of the day, she really comes in and saves it, especially with that scene. So, yeah.
She gets to play both ends of it. It's great.
Yes.
Also, looking at pictures of Robin Lively, yes, I see it. And she also looks like Rooney Mara or Mara Rooney?
Rooney Mara.
Which one? Okay. I get them confused.
Yeah.
Just juxtaposed.
Yeah.
And also Jenny Lewis.
Yeah.
I want to bring this one up. Jenny Lewis of Rilo Kiley, Postal Service, and The Wizard.
Yes.
I bet Jenny Lewis read for this movie.
Yeah.
She would have been around the age that she would have read for it.
Yeah. I think
also a force.
Yeah.
I would have
natural redhead
been even more in love with Pippi.
And
but I don't know if Jenny could do the stunts. Maybe. I did see her play guitar with her teeth, so
yeah. Hold on one second. We had a weird
what was that?
I don't know.
Was it
I think it was the other HomePod, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh.
That was scary though.
We had a weird
it sounded like someone was in the room with a
voice, but I think it was the HomePod from the
or
other
it might have
room.
been somebody outside in that window.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. But not talking to us, but just walking
HomePod's
by.
randomly just going,
yeah. What was that?
What?
Yeah.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah. But but I think Jenny Lewis, especially her character in The Wizard, she can play that like strong-willed, like, girl.
That
who can stick
subplot
up
of The
for
Wizard
herself.
so fucked up too.
I mean, she kind of is a little bit of a Pippi in The Wizard, She kind of is this girl who's like, where are your parents? How are you surviving?
Also some fashion.
Also
She is
good
very
fashion.
Pippi in The Wizard. I had such a crush on her. And I think I did on Pippi too. She had that like tomboyish strength and the who gives a fuck attitude, but also just incredibly warm. Watching the new Adventures again, and that first scene, she's just beaming, and it feels and looks so genuine. Like, I bought it. I think that's the thing. And with the Swedish version, I couldn't connect on that level. I was struggling with it.
I think, and maybe it has a lot to do with the dub, but I think it also has a lot to do with the kid actors. There's a little bit of not a vacancy, but there's less like acting right in their faces. There's less of like awe of what they're doing, and they're having fun.
Yeah, they're just playing,
but they're just playing. Yeah, and I think in this version, I think they are giving a little bit more of like, yeah, you're right. There's more acting going on.
A traditional movie performance,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a little bit more naturalistic, maybe, in the Swedish version.
Also, some better hair. I mean, those Swedish braids were sloppy, girl.
The coat hanger in the braids. I mean, iconic. That
was such an iconic thing. Like it was so big in the cultural vernacular for such a long time. Is it still there? Where did it go?
Are the Pippi books really that widely read now with kids?
I don't know.
When I worked at Barnes & Noble, I don't remember being asked about them a lot. I think that we did have The Adventures of Pippi Longstocking.
Are kids now reading like Beezus and Ramona? I don't know.
So.
Those are from
that's
the 50s.
Beverly Cleary too.
Most Beverly Cleary.
She'll never like leave the cultural
in the U.S.
In the U.S.
zeitgeist.
Yeah, but like, are the Pippi books probably at this point in 2026? Are parents reading them to their kids?
It's interesting that this reminds me a little bit of The Worst Witch, and I know that The Worst Witch, that book series, is considerably bigger in the UK and the rest of Europe than it is here.
Yeah,
like pretty much all kids have memories of reading those books.
I mean, that family vlog that we watched on YouTube, that was recent.
Yeah.
At Astrid Lindgren's World.
Astrid Lindgren's World is still thriving.
So, yeah, in Sweden, I mean, it's not Disneyland by any means, but there is fully a theme park in Sweden that people are going to today. So,
And Villa Villacula is an attraction as well.
the one in Florida from this movie?
The one in Florida is, and the one in Sweden is like a museum.
Oh,
wow, because they have
I
a
love
whole
it.
stunt show
Yeah.
at Astrid
Lindgren's World.
Lindgren's World.
Yeah. I think I read that the one in Florida is like a bed and breakfast now. That's kind of cool.
I would go.
Yeah, I'd stay. If I was ever in St. Pete, I don't know. What are we doing in St. Pete? But
Wait a minute, is Discord Adams from here?
I think Discord Adams is from St. Petersburg, Florida, yes.
Oh, I'd love that. She should have done... I mean,
she could have done a Pippi look.
She actually had a really good Snatch game, so, I mean, I think being the Pope did suit her pretty well, but...
A Pippi Snatch game might be fun.
She could have done a Pippi Snatch game. I'm kind of surprised that nobody on the international seasons has done Pippi Longstocking on Snatch game.
Well, we're not watching Drag Race Sweden.
Has anyone... Oh, man, that would be great. There might be a lot of Pippis. Has there ever been a Pippi on Drag Race?
I don't think so. No. When I was
that makes me sad.
When I was in the 3rd grade, Teresa McAvoy was Pippi for Halloween, and she fully had the wire in her hair and had the braids.
We did a
Teresa.
Yeah.
We did a Tall Tales day in the 2nd grade.
Yeah.
And that was when I brought my puppy Jake as Babe the Blue Ox.
Oh, sure.
That picture of me when I'm like super butch.
Yeah.
And I have my lab puppy. And
butch 3rd grader.
Girls did
Pippi?
Pippi.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the costume. I mean, the costume is iconic. The stockings and the little like clips in her like what is it, a pinafore kind of the apron house coat situation over the dress. Like, I love the costume and obviously the hair. I don't know. I think that the hair in the Swedish version's kind of successful, but I get it.
Sure. It's the new Adventures. It's just a little more refined. And I do find myself wondering, like, what happens when it gets wet? Like, how does it stay like that?
Yeah.
What are the physics of that hair? And what happens when it gets unbraided?
Is it Tammy's hair?
Miss Frizzle?
Well, the ends are...
I think so.
The ends are pieces, I think.
It's mostly her hair,
I think the end parts that, like, fan out, I think those are pieces.
Interesting. But I did read that while Tammy is a natural redhead, they did bump up a shade or two.
Add some red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To make it pop more on camera. But yeah, I think they did a really good job with the costume. But I mean, again, is it a thing where this crazy look, does it read better on a little kid? It was just like this very like Dobby the house elf, like pillowcase.
It's a little Dobby. Side note, I kind of hope that, wouldn't it be great if the HBO Max did like a new iteration?
I was thinking about that. Of that, if you were to update this, I mean, I feel like this would be more the Netflix brand. If you were to do...
Probably, but with seeing all of the new Harry Potter stuff that Max is pushing, I'm like, oh yeah, let's do Pippi. Make it real. Game of Thrones style. Cannibals.
The gritty reboot of Pippi Longstocking.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Maybe. I mean, we got the Pennywise kids and Welcome to Derry. So
yeah, that's true.
We've got a lot of kid actors who would probably be up for the challenge.
Yeah, and I think a new generation of kids is ready for Pippi.
I'd like to see
because I think that kids these days. Listen, we both work with some kids, with some younger people, and kids these days, they need to speak up. I'm telling you, they're just like in their own world. I don't know. They need to like get their shit together, and maybe Pippi's going to teach them how to do that. Yeah. But
how would Pippi operate in a world of smartphones and technology?
Well, okay.
What would that look like?
So this kind of brings us to a point when we started watching the new Adventures, right? Because the Swedish versions were like, yes, maybe this is a post-World War II, maybe this is the early 50s, but it also could just be modern Sweden.
Yeah.
You know?
Is modern Sweden from the late 60s still trapped in the 50s?
You know, because it kind of had that like Willy Wonka feel of,
Absolutely.
Again, this is not America.
Yes.
This is, they go to that candy store and what the hell was that candy? I don't want to eat any of that.
80 pounds of bonbons.
80 pounds of bonbons, sugar, hard sugar candy. Like what? Popcorn?
Also, going and getting all of these jugs of medicine and mixing them together and then leaving them on the street. What?
What? But that kind of shit, okay, that's very European, that's very charming, not very America. So we're watching the new Adventures, and Scott goes, all right, is this going to be set in is it just going to be randomly the 80s? And what's going to happen?
And then up pulled an old-timey car.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, so this is period.
Yeah, it's period.
Supposed to be the 30s, I think.
Okay.
I mean,
but it still feels kind of timeless-ish.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel super specific.
Right. I feel like the cars, the clothes, everything is kind of maybe it's a little bit of a pastiche of just past times, earlier times.
But then there's the children's home with the sweat box that says punishment on the side of it.
Yeah, how do you like that?
And the dunce cap.
Yeah. I like Pippi just picks up the dunce cap and throws it across the room when she's told to go sit in the corner.
She went to sit in the corner, but she was not having that dunce cap.
With those braids, come on.
I know, it's not going to sit right. Well, at that point, she had the big bun. Because
the
school marm was not having the braids.
No braids for you.
Okay, what do we think of the music? We talked about the song, but I feel like...
Which one? And is this a musical?
That's my question. Is this a musical? Because she's singing the songs. So the songs are
She
happening.
rides into town singing her own theme song.
Yeah. So...
Icon.
Now, all right. I'm thinking, listen, Ken Anakin, he is a director. He has made
He's done some major
movies, darling. Big movies for Disney, for all over the map. And this movie comes out, one of his final features. And this
was his last film.
This is his last film. And these songs are all clearly... Every instrument is one keyboard.
It's giving us a little Tiffany and Debbie Gibson.
The musical arrangements is very electronic.
It's also a little MMC.
It's a little MMC, the early 90s like MMC. Yeah. Little Kids Inc., Little Kids Incorporated. So my thing is
they hold up. I hate to say I was listening to him before we started recording. I'm just like, man, some of these are good. Running away. I woke up with life is a breeze. We do it for fun. They are catchy motherfucking songs.
Yeah. It's very much like Teen Witch of like, A, is this movie a musical? B, how aware are these people of the songs? Because like they're singing them as people do in musicals, but I don't know. There's something there's kind of
a disconnect with it.
A little disconnected for me as a viewer, as an adult viewer. Again, if I had watched this as a kid, if I watched this first, fuck yeah, get out of my face. This is my favorite. But I didn't. I watched it as an adult, so I'm like, the songs are crazy.
Is this a Drew Struzan poster?
It looks like it could.
It kind of looks like a Drew Struzan
poster. It does look like it.
The painting, the illustration.
I'd be willing to bet that's a Drew Struzan poster.
Yeah. Come see Pippi's. You've never seen her before.
I also think maybe this is probably issues that Astrid had with this adaptation. I do think that there's maybe a tone problem of the magical realism of the character of Pippi, that she can spin around and pilot an autogyro.
Yeah.
But yet the big last act climax of her with the shoes, that like she still needs these like sticky shoes to climb up a wall.
Yeah.
Which also felt very Willy Wonka.
Yes.
To me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, a little disconnect of that too.
Yeah, there's kind of like lines of the magical realism of like which what powers does she have? I did like the little there's little twinkly pixie dust sound effects when she does
those sound
things.
effects.
I love that.
So Nickelodeon Disney magic.
Yeah.
Like they were great. And as I was watching it, once those cues came in, I was like, whoa, I felt a little bit like I was having a mini stroke. Like it took me back so hard. I was like, oh wow, yeah, those sound effects are legit.
Yeah. I think though what Scott's getting at is that like little Pippi, Swedish Pippi, super strength. I think that's really it. Like
I'm surprised it took them until the end of the movie for her to pick up the horse.
To pick up the damn horse. She doesn't do it in the Swedish version until the very, very end. She can pick up, the burglars, whatever.
She can fly with the motorcycle.
Oh, that's true. The motorcycle does fly.
The motorcycle does
sidecar.
fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Kind of made me want to watch Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah.
You know, I've never seen
it either.
I've never seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Neither of us have seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
I loved it so much as a kid, and it was another music-centric one that I have memories of trying to record the music onto a tape from the TV. But it's been a really long time, so if y'all want to talk about that one, let's make it happen.
We've gotten requests to do it.
Yeah, we have gotten a couple of people asking for us to talk about that one. But I think some of the things that we were thinking of is like, okay, where is the line? Because like super strength, sure, everything else she does is just kind of kooky, mopping the floor with the skates and all that stuff. But then what is the spinning? What?
There's something so unsettling about seeing Pippi spin that I don't like.
The weird mannequin when
It is a
it's
little
so weird.
When you clock the mannequin, that's when it gets a little sketchy. But
but there are only like two moments when the spinning comes into play. It's her drying off, and then with the auto gyro, which also apparently is in some sort of flight museum.
Oh, the one from the movie? Oh, cool. Okay.
So that was kind of device dependent, right?
Yeah, right.
And she flying the sidecar, so she couldn't just fly on her own.
Yeah.
She can leap.
Yes.
But
yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to track where the rules are.
Well, I guess that like she needs to get the kids out of the burning building. She has her sticky shoes, so she can tightrope walk. Okay, I guess it checks out.
Yeah. See, but this is where something like Disney live action remakes have ruined us all.
Yeah.
Because
when you really overthink everything.
We don't need these explanations. This is a children's book for children. She's a magical girl.
But why it works, I think, is because these were practical stunts.
Yeah.
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 I didn't feel that disconnect of the CGI, like so much of the big wow effects. Now my brain just checks out.
Yeah.
And watching this, I was still completely invested.
Yeah.
It was real. It was great.
I mean, it looked like they got some crane shots of those kids in the hot air balloon in the 60s one.
Yeah, I think so. I think they had some cool shots of the kids in the balloon. Those kids in those barrels.
They're actually in those barrels,
going like Hobbit style,
going down that creek.
The creek,
or as we say in Montana, the crick.
Yeah.
The crick.
The crick.
Down the crick.
I mean that looked pretty treacherous. I have to say there were some stunts in this movie that I was like, this does not seem safe. This probably they probably could not do this today.
The barrel thing.
Yeah.
Oh, if that barrel tips over.
The positivity of we'll come out on top like we always do. It's a bit Pollyanna,
right? For
sure,
right?
But also like aggressively Pollyanna. She gives zero shits.
Well,
it's going to be fine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, speaking of like aggressively Pollyanna, right? That's something that Scott and I kind of talk about with movies. Like, there's a certain point in the 90s when you couldn't have this kind of earnestness anymore in a movie.
And I was saying to Pete when we were watching the new Adventures is sometimes I feel like that 80s sincerity doesn't really sit well with the material at times.
Mm-hmm. I miss it though. You don't
it's refreshing.
Yeah. And again, Tami Erin in this iteration of Pippi, I bought it. Like I believed her. It in her presence in that character.
Yeah. Yeah.
So many other line deliveries, like, don't you just love freckles? And feel free to come around anytime. I always feel free. Like, sugar feels sensational between your toes.
Okay, listen.
That dinner scene is wild.
It is super weird.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Well, I think I think it's on purpose that we kind of know that Pippi is crossing some lines.
It's that scene
with social cues.
It's that scene,
right?
And it's the classroom when the teacher's asking her questions. And she's like, "Well, don't you know the answer? Well, why are you asking me?" You know, and it's like, "Girl, really? Is this your first day on Earth? Like, come on, you know, like." It's that thing of like, okay, she has to have some awareness of what to do in these situations, but she doesn't, I guess.
Yeah, in a couple of those moments, like, she knows she's acting out.
Right. I think...
And I found that relatable. Like, we've all been there, whatever. Yes, yeah. Especially as little queer kids where we're
pushing
like...
buttons.
We're just... Yeah. We have to.
I think one of the lines that I loved, that I did actually really like when... okay, first of all, why did the cow eat their clothes? I don't know. But this cow comes out of nowhere, eats their clothes as they're swimming in the old swimming hole, and they're walking up. They're like, "Oh no, our clothes are gone." She says, "That's why I was swimming my clothes."
Yeah. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Duh.
Cow might come by and eat him.
You know, somebody's gonna steal him. Who knows? You know, Pippi's been around the block. This ain't her first rodeo. So that one I was like, okay, all right, good one, Pippi. You got me. That was a good burn. Yeah. But yeah, there were some. The dinner scene killing me. I realized Tami and Annika's father, Mr. Sedgren, is played by Dennis Dugan, and I remembered him visually. He is the father in Can't Buy Me Love. He is Ronald's father. Ronald, played by Patrick Dempsey. I was like, oh, that's the dad from Can't Buy Me Love, of course. So I go to his Wikipedia to confirm, and I was like, oh, he's been in quite a few Adam Sandler movies. He's probably just one of those guys that just does, you know, pops up in all the movies, plays different characters. And I was like, oh, he has directed all of them.
Yeah, he's a prolific comedy director.
Yeah. He directed
all of them?
Yes. From Happy Gilmore 2 all the way down to the original. He directed all, including Jack and Jill.
Were you reading
Grown Ups?
I can't remember what movie that Dennis was going to bat for casting Sandler, but Sandler didn't end up getting the movie, but Sandler remembered him really lobbying hard for him, and that's how he ended up directing Happy Gilmore.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, we'd probably have to go back to what he directed before Happy Gilmore. Legendary movie poster artist Drew Struzan created the artwork for the 1988 film.
It is Drew Struzan.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow. I was wondering about that. I could not see the Drew signature on my VHS box art.
You can't pinch and zoom on the VHS box art. Do you ever do that?
No.
Do you ever do that? Look at something in your hand and try to pinch and zoom it? You're like, wait a minute.
All right, Gen Zers.
You mean boomers?
What is this newspaper? I don't get it.
I guess that's more of a. I guess the real iPad kids are the boomers now.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see what big movie he directed before Happy Gilmore.
I think
the Shaggy Dog.
I think that it was just related to production.
Oh, got it. Okay, interesting. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting little side note about that actor. I was like, oh, how about that?
He's a part of the crew.
Yeah, he's a part of the Sandler crew. I mean, he's got those Sandler dollars. John Schuck plays Captain Efraim Longstocking.
I definitely know this actor from a lot.
Yes, he's a big character actor, and somebody of my age remembers John Schuck as Herman Munster in the short-lived Munsters reboot, The Munsters Today.
Is that what Jason Marsden is?
Yes,
Eddie?
as Eddie Munster. Okay. Actually, I hesitate to say short-lived Munsters reboot because
did it get a couple seasons?
The Munsters Today has more episodes than the actual Munsters.
Yeah, because the Munsters only has 2 seasons.
Yeah. But yeah, he's a little bit more featured in this than in the original Pippi movie itself. The character is definitely more featured in Pippi Goes Aboard and Pippi in the South Seas. But we get a lot more of the dad. What did you think of the ending in which Dad's like, all right, let's go back to out to sea and say bye to your friends. And Pippi's just like, you know what? Listen, these kids, they're not going to be able to get by without me.
Chosen family.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I kind of love that.
I do too. And also that he's good. Like, yeah, you know what's up. Like, you got this.
Right.
Obviously, she's not like 11. I don't know what we were supposed to believe. I was also having flashbacks to Overboard and hell of a day at sea, sir.
Love it.
Man is kissing woman overboard.
Yeah.
Also kind of reminds me of that Julia Roberts and George Clooney movie, Ticket to Paradise.
Oh, gosh.
The ending of Ticket to Paradise has a very similar ending.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Where they jump back on the ocean and they swim to shore.
Oh, boy.
To stay on the island with the daughter.
Okay. All right.
I think I watched that. I don't know. I think that was also like pandemic fever dream time.
Yeah.
I don't know what I watched.
Straight to streaming movies.
I am seeing the new Adventures of Pippi Longstocking. It was pretty shredded in the reviews. We were reading some of the critical burns of this movie, and it was making us laugh.
Did you
Any
highlight
good
some
ones?
of those?
And it was considered to be a financial failure.
Did you highlight some of those, Scott, or did you want me to take a look at
I got a few of
those?
them.
Because
Janet Maslin of the New York Times gave it a mixed review, saying that she was critical of Tami Erin's acting, the screenplay, the visual effects, but praised Eileen Brennan's acting and Erin's hair design. Richard,
wait.
The hair was good.
Yeah. Critical of the story points, all this stuff.
But she praised Eileen.
But she praised Eileen Brennan. And the hair design. Is crazy.
Richard Harrington of the Washington Post felt that it was just as hard to imagine Lindgren sending Pippi to Hollywood again anytime in the near future, criticized the film's subplots, and concluded that anything that drives kids to reading at all can't be all that bad.
True.
Richard
I
Malton
did see that review.
found Pippi a tiresome troublemaker and stated that the film would likely appeal to undiscriminating children.
Undiscriminating children is crazy.
Was that a read?
Yeah, that was some shade.
I like. Is he saying that like the real movie buff kids are gonna shun this movie?
Right. The ones who don't know any better will love it.
But the letterbox kids, they're not gonna. The letterbox kids are not gonna. This is not gonna fly with that crowd.
The letterbox kids. I want to see that series.
Any child with a letterbox account.
I mean, everyone
is not a friend of
everyone
mine.
who I follow on Letterboxd really likes this movie.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. What did Leonard Maltin have to say? Didn't he have kind of a...
Oh, that's all I had.
Oh, okay.
Did you want to find it?
Yeah, I have Leonard Maltin's, which I think was mixed, but okay. Let's see. Leonard Maltin found Pippi a, quote, tiresome troublemaker. That was it. Leonard Maltin was the undiscriminating children. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. So, I think, let's see. Candace Russell of the Sun Sentinel gave a positive review. Let's see. Concerns of the scene where Pippi uses Ephraim's pistol to warn off intruders.
That scene I found a little unsettling.
You were like, Pippi has a gun.
Pippi has a gun.
That was an odd one. And I remembered it once it came up, but it did give me like a weird
I feel like that was
feeling.
even weird even for the 1980s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she did praise Erin's acting, but hey, listen, her father again is an old salt seaman,
King of the Cannibals.
He's the king of the cannibals.
Side note,
she's got a gun lying around.
What's the actor's name who played Tommy?
Oh, sure. We gotta find that in here because I do not remember. Tommy is David Seaman Jr. How about that? That? Hannika's older brother who becomes friends with Pippi. Now, he's not wearing the Christopher Robin buckle sandals in this movie, which I found...
It's unfortunate. Those need to make a comeback.
My mom... I had them as a little kid when I was a little, I would say toddler until about 5 or 6. My mom bought my sister and myself saltwater sandals with the little buckle. What can I say? It was a very early 80s. And, little hippie children. I liked wearing them with no socks. But
It's great until it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Can do they have a little cover for your toes?
No, they're open-toed.
Open-toed.
Yeah. I'll find a picture of saltwater sandals and if people want to look them up. But yeah. Listen, they're not exactly a boy shoe, but maybe they were unisex at the time.
Absolutely. They're just shoes.
Yeah,
shoes are not gendered.
Exactly. Thank you. Shoes are not gendered. But I think,
Okay, I remember getting some of these shoes when one of my parents came back from Mexico.
There you go. It's not quite a Huarache, a Huarache, but it's similar. It's a leather shoe. They're not cheap. They're $80 today for the originals. So at any rate, all right. Well,
strappy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I had like a navy blue or a brown was kind of my go-to for my saltwater sandals. But my mom was keeping it real. She was letting me wear non-gendered footwear.
Oh yeah, Mom.
In the early 80s. But I think that this movie, of course, resonates with children, but like we were saying, queer kids, obviously, there's just something about Pippi.
You want to be friends with
this
Pippi.
little girl, yeah. And
yeah, she was the outsider, and she had no qualms about being weird and different.
Yeah. There was stuff in the original that I don't know that they kind of translated them. Pippi saw bullies at the school, and she like punched one of them, and he ended up in a tree.
Yeah.
But she's standing up for the little guy, right?
Which I think that's very much the post World War II sentiment of a character like Pippi.
Sure. Yeah. Tommy, as the boy, is totally fine hanging out with his sister and another girl, right? This is something that maybe
speaks to me as a child.
Yeah.
Yep.
If your siblings or cousins are all girls, you're going to hang out with them, right? They're your best friends, and you're cool with that. But being a little
you're going to go to the ladies' luncheon.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, if that happened, of course I'd want to go. I wouldn't be like, oh no, I'm not going to that. I'd be like, fuck yeah, when are we going?
I would too, but just thinking like the norms for any sort of representation about that. You see a boy in a kid's movie, like they're not going to the ladies' luncheon.
Yeah. And I think
it's an offbeat course.
Yeah. But is that the kind of European sensibilities at the core of this story kind of like brings across, right? If this wasn't originally maybe a European story, would that scene be there, right? Would an American author kind of say a little boy wouldn't want to go to that, right? But Astrid Lindgren is writing this because when I think kids in Europe, maybe there's a little bit less of kind of gender constructs thrust upon them until a certain age, right?
Sure.
They're okay.
They're just there because mom's there. And they have to be.
Yeah, and they're gonna swim in the creek in their underwear and not care, little things like that. That they're kids. They're little kids. They don't have these ideas that they can't do those things yet.
Exactly.
So, and like I mentioned, I think some of that is lost in the 1988 movie. That doesn't really translate. That when I watch the 60s movie and TV show, I just find super charming.
Yeah. I think just the fact that they are so young really just hammers home kind of.
It's always so interesting to revisit these movies that you watched over and over again as a child. And I mean, maybe if you were to critically dissect this movie, it's not great. And you just kind of hold on to the nostalgia of watching it.
Yeah.
I remember on Halloween last year, we watched The Worst Witch.
Yeah.
And, not a great movie if you really sit down and watch it with a critical eye. Not great.
Right. I think this movie maybe suffers from disconnects and, like, it seems like a lot of scenes put together, which the original does as well, because it was, like, literally scenes put together. But, like, I feel like Dick Van Patten comes out of nowhere at the end.
Princess Vespa's dad from Spaceballs.
King Roland.
King Roland the Lone Star.
What is he, the glue? Something about glue? He's like a glue man. What is that?
Yeah, the magic glue man, the Willy Wonka.
Yeah, just kind of like, if you believe in yourself, Pippi, you can do it. Like,
Also, can we talk about the fire in the children's home?
Yeah.
That scared me a lot as a kid, and like still felt it was disturbing. Just like gambling and smoking in the lower quarters of this children's home, and then just like a cigarette thrown onto newspapers on the floor, not like accidentally tossed, just like straight down on a paper.
I have a memory of her carrying out all of the orphans and going back for all of them, but it's just the two.
Yeah.
But I remember her doing like...
But, there's an orange cat. But Dick Van Patten, the glue man, jumps out first and leaves the other children. Like...
Well, he falls off.
And doesn't she also throw Mr. Nilsson into the fire? Like...
Yeah, what's going on there? Where's animal control?
Saying she doesn't want roast monkey for dinner.
Oh, my gosh.
I also need to rewatch Monkey Trouble, side note.
Oh, boy.
Produced by Ridley Scott.
Oh, man.
Really?
People don't remember that. Produced by Ridley Scott. Yep.
One thing that that we kind of love about the Swedish version is that Mr. Nilsson... It's Nielsen in the American version, but in the older version, it's Mr. Nilsson.
So weird.
We love
wonder
that,
why they made that decision.
That Mr. Nilsson is a little squirrel monkey, just a little tiny fit in the palm of your hand.
This is the type of monkey that
super cute.
This is the type of
So
monkey that you would
cute.
send away from in a comic book.
Your Archie comics, you'd send away for your sea monkeys.
I think it's what Steven Spielberg and his family got in The Fablemans.
Yeah, your sea monkeys, your life-size rocket ship built out of household appliances, and your real-life monkey. There are stories on the internet of people like who actually got a monkey.
How would they ship the monkey?
In a box.
What?
Just in a box?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
with holes in it, like
I think
when Garfield would send normal.
Yeah.
To Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a little teensy tiny squirrel monkey in that version. And this one it's like I think it's a capuchin, it's like a Marcel from Friends, a little bit bigger. Top I love the top hat and like drum major kind of like costume.
So cute.
It looks
and the voice acting was very like Gremlins, Gizmo.
Well, it's Frank Welker.
It's Frank Welker, who is the foremost voice actor of animal noises.
Mm-hmm.
What a great
What a job, right?
Is Frank Welker also is he the voice of Fred in Scooby-Doo?
Yes.
In a lot of the movies?
He's Fred and he's Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
He's Fred and he's Scooby-Doo. And he's also Abu.
When I heard that monkey noise, I was like, that sounds like Abu from Aladdin. And Frank Welker did Abu in Aladdin.
Yeah.
So it has to be Frank.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the horse in this version is Alfonso.
Alfonso, I think.
Alfonso.
Arturo's from Overboard.
Arturo's from Overboard. And it's more like an actual like piebald pony, like the spots real.
Yeah.
The spots look somewhat real.
I mean, good that they didn't have to paint that horse
on
every day.
Alfonso. And yeah, little old man in the Swedish version is literally spots, like magic marker.
Even the monkey in the Swedish version looks painted.
The monkey does look. Mr. Nilsson does look a little like
they put some green dye and
dyed his fur
on their fur.
Yeah,
And also like antiques with flour.
Right? Yeah. I think
Like
the
he's
horse
wearing makeup.
Yes, I think so. I think they kind of sweetened up the animals. Who knows what the animal control situation was in 1969 in Sweden?
The Swedish rules.
Yeah, who knows? But at any rate, there was some slight differences with our animal co-stars, but in both versions, very cute, very charming. Alfonso can kind of talk.
Yeah. But sort of in a way that a parrot can talk.
Yeah. Like
mimicking
just
words.
mimicking words, yeah.
Right. I was this movie made me think that maybe horses and monkeys could actually talk like that. Because they were so cute and it seemed natural. I mean, especially Mr. Nilsson.
Oh my gosh.
She took my hat.
Could you imagine the commitment of having a monkey like that?
No.
Yeah.
That's too much.
That's a lot.
Those animals are
Is
too...
that monkey going to strangle you in your sleep or something?
I mean, maybe the little the little squirrel monkeys are a little more animal-like, but I think when you get to capuchin monkey, when they're that big, I mean, yes, they have tails. They're actual monkeys. They're not apes, but still.
Do they get super possessive over their owners, too?
Very complex animals.
Yeah.
With emotions. And, I mean, all animals are. Cats and dogs have emotions and complexities.
I mean, I have a female orange cat, so I'm like, capuchin monkey, maybe? Like, I don't know. This bitch is crazy, so.
Yeah. So who knows? Yeah, maybe we can handle it since we're all three of us are orange cat.
I do love the TikTok videos of people that own monkeys like this when they take them out, and they go and get them like an ice cream cone
through the drive-through, like a hamburger, and the employees see that there's a fucking monkey in the car. Come check this out. I'd come running if I worked at the drive-through and there's a damn monkey.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen. No, I have seen a monkey in real life in Peru, but if I saw one at the drive-through, I would probably flip my shit.
Oh yeah,
and then also maybe like call the authorities. I don't know.
We were also so we always
exotic animal rules.
That if we became billionaires overnight from the Mega Millions lottery, where would you draw the line of exotic animals?
None. I don't want exotic animals.
You don't want?
No.
You don't want one of those cats?
No, because those cats require so much care and food and all of that.
But we're millionaires,
not like Tiger King cats, but like the tall,
like the hybrid ocelots or whatever.
Yeah. I'm thinking of an ocelot.
Yeah.
Well, they eat like meat,
like
raw meat,
like whole chickens and shit. Like,
well, then you'd also have to start raising chickens.
I would consider it. If I was like a millionaire, I would think about it.
All right,
because those cats are really
with your own Villa Villacula.
There you go. I'd get a big house and paint it pink and
as far up as you could reach. And call it good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the yellow was a little more like buttercup. And the pink was like, I don't know, maybe like a coral. Very, very, very St. Petersburg, very
That's
Florida.
Something that they could have...
Very Florida Keys.
That could have been something that they could have worked into
very
the new adventures.
Yeah.
Of just have her painting the house.
I did love the interior.
And have a song.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah. I did love the way the interior was set decorated. I thought it was beautiful. I would definitely love to live there. We did think that horse was very close to breaking a leg walking down those stairs.
Oh, that was making me nervous. That horse walking down those stairs.
That was really scary. Those had to be some strong stairs.
Yeah. We're like, shit. On the one, we see the horse in the attic.
Well-built house.
Yeah. I'm like, it's a movie. It's not really the attic. And then here comes a horse walking down the stairs. Like, oh, shit. But I think visually, great job, chef's kiss. I think there's kind of no better place. The location shooting was just kind of perfect for giving this visual look of
gives it a personality.
Pippi's neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Yeah, great job.
And Florida coast.
Yeah.
The new Adventures was shot around Jacksonville, which my main knowledge, if not even knowledge, of Jacksonville awareness, we'll call it, is Jason Mendoza from The Good Place.
Oh,
and
sure.
I feel like Jason Mendoza would absolutely be a Pippi fan.
Oh, my God, yes.
Which one's Jason?
Jason is
Manny Jacinto.
Manny Jacinto, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So... I mean, you want to see some range. Watch Manny Jacinto in The Good Place, and then in anything else. He's like so good as this character.
He's amazing.
Yeah,
he's so good, and such a ding dong in The Good Place. I love it so much.
But those like ding dong characters can just easily be written off as like, you know what I mean? Just kind of simplistic, easy to write, easy to play kind of. But
we were just having the conversation about how sometimes Rose and the Golden Girls, the writing makes me a little impatient of how they write Rose. Of just how dumb can we make this character?
Right. And I think with Jason Mendoza, and also I'm going to bring it back to Pippi here, there is the naivete and kind of a little bit of an idiot, but also genuine warmth. And I was also thinking about Janet from The Good Place, Darcy Carden's character.
Yeah.
Being sort of innocent and brilliant, but also clueless.
Right.
And Pippi having a little bit of that in her DNA.
Yeah, absolutely. Just her awareness of her world is one thing, but of like the greater world at large is a little lacking.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I love that.
Which also comes back to being a little queer kid watching Pippi Longstocking.
Absolutely.
Yep. Your little insular world. Yeah, I love it. I'm looking up Pippi Longstocking tattoos right now. There's some really fun stuff.
Ooh, a lot. The logo, like the key art for
that's it.
the new Adventures, this like braid thing.
That would be a beautiful tattoo. We're looking at one right now.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
Can we do that for the album art for this episode?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be up there.
I'll cook it up.
We did not watch any of the animated series, or is it a movie? It's a movie. We did not watch the animated movie in preparation for this. So I don't know how familiar you are with the animated movie. I believe it's from
97 or something.
or so. Yeah.
It's been a long time since there's been a new Pippi.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
I like to see a European production brought to America. I think that's how something like this, I would like to see it, is that this would be a TV show that would be made in Sweden, because she's such a national treasure in Sweden. So I would like the Swedes to kind of have their take, and then it can come back to America.
Yeah, come on, Sweden. Let's do it.
Catherine O'Hara is a voice in the animated movie. She plays Miss Priscillis, Miss Priscillis is kind of the analog for the Eileen Brennan character.
She the woman running around with the hat?
Yes. She's wearing the Thelma Harper dress.
Sure.
Yeah. And she's got
also kind of a Miss Hannigan
little
type.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have a list of so many other like characters and movies that came to mind watching New Adventures again.
Yeah.
Can I go through it with
little
you?
flashes of everything? Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Yeah. There's like some Amelia Bedelia.
Oh, of course.
Not
Love Amelia Bedelia.
Iconic character. Yeah. Loved Amelia Bedelia growing up. She's also a little punk rock. Pollyanna. Mm-hmm. Isn't it great to be alive? Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
Peter Pan.
Definitely.
A little Kevin McAllister in Home Alone. Like, I could sort of booby trapping vibes.
Yeah.
A little bit Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Sure.
The buried treasure in the old house made me think of Casper.
Oh.
Which also love that one. I think that was on my list, but you all had already covered it.
Yes.
Yes. She lures the kids with ice cream and musical instruments, not unlike Harold Hill in The Music Man.
Oh my gosh. That's so interesting. Yeah, Pippi has just these like shades of so many kind of other iconic characters, but like
I was feeling a little Fairuza Balk in Return to Oz.
Yeah.
We've got Mary Poppins, the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. The wardrobe also kind of harkens back to Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
And Bedknobs and Broomsticks. That was another one that came up for me.
Who is that author of Bedknobs and Broomsticks? That is, she did the Mary Norton. She also wrote The Borrowers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, there's just something about these classic characters that kind of have a little bit kind of in common with each other. Like I said, I was getting a lot of shades of Ramona and Beezus, and I think Mary Poppins for sure. Willy Wonka, like we're saying, just visually certain things in common with all these other stories. But yeah, I think
like the Roald Dahl and the really Cleary of it all. It just feels like such a great amalgam of all of it.
Yeah. I think children's media, movies, TV shows are kind of, I don't know, are they going a little bit more like, I don't know where they're going, but we don't have a lot of these types of touchstones right now. A lot of them are just the ones that we're talking about that are so much older. Like what's coming
We've got
out?
The Super Mario Galaxy movie. That's number one.
Get the hell out of
Big
here.
Old cash grab.
Yeah. But give me a new Pippi. Give me a stop motion Pippi from Leica.
Oh,
that would be cool.
That would be really cool.
That would be a lot of fun, because they're doing some really good work with kids fantasy, right? Some iconic stuff with Coraline.
This upcoming Wildwood movie.
Yes. Very excited for
pretty
Wild
good.
West.
This has been long in the works.
Yes.
They've been making this movie for years.
10 years, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun.
Right. Oh my gosh. They were teasing that
I think it was supposed to be out last year.
years ago. Yeah.
Well, I think they got their hands on the property when the book was published. Like, so what's his name? Not Colin.
Colin Malloy.
Travis
from
Knight?
December.
Colin Malloy.
From the Decemberists.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Travis Knight is directing it. So
Set for theatrical release on October 23rd, 2026.
yes,
We'll see if
they're
that
releasing
holds.
some really fun. The marketing for Wildwood is really interesting. They're not doing like teasers; they're doing these really cool YouTube videos.
Okay, so there is a
social
date
media
for it.
posts. Yeah,
Jacob
Center
Tremblay is a voice in it. Do you think Jacob Tremblay recorded this 4 years ago?
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he very well could.
Or I think he just
Before
can
his-
really hold on to that.
Before his voice changed? I don't
No,
know.
Dakota Fanning's voice work for Coraline was done years before the movie was released. So yeah,
that tracks.
yeah, but
Well, yeah, because you've got to animate to it.
yes, exactly. At any rate, we would love to see a new iteration of Pippi.
I think animation would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean they did it. They did an animated movie that led to a short-lived series in the late '90s, but that animated feature film, I would say, was the least successful of all of them. I think, as far as
I think with the
money
new trends in animation after the Spider-Verse films
Right.
and some of the things that have been happening there's a lot of cool potential with Pippi or stop motion. I'm headed to CinemaCon next week, and we are screening Forgotten Island from the director of The Croods, which looks promising. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, a lot of different kind of animation styles, and I think Pippi could get kind of meta in its
yeah, like
chaos, or I think they could do some really, really interesting things thematically with Pippi as a character and with style, and yeah, I think it could be really cool.
Yeah.
I'd be there for it.
yeah, I agree. I love that style of Spider-Verse and K-pop Demon Hunters, and there was a really good Netflix movie that production company released. It's about a family that's like not post-apocalyptic, but what's it called?
What was that called?
It's great.
I think it was in the best animated feature
It
category.
was. It was nominated for Best Animated Feature. It's got Abby from
Something in the Machines?
Yeah.
Mitchell's
Yeah, the Mitchells
versus
versus the Machines.
Yes.
Originally called Connected, because it was going to have a theatrical release, and then I think Sony sold it to Netflix, and it got renamed. But that was a great movie.
That was
I loved
really
it.
good. Queer representation. The daughter in the movie's queer, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I love.
It's not a coming out story.
That isn't even a thing.
Yeah. Really, really great movie. Scott, you never watch it all the way through.
I never watched it.
It's actually really good. At any rate, that would be a lot of fun.
Get that director on the phone.
Yeah, we'll get him on the horn.
We're going to pitch him the Pippi Longstocking.
I think he's online too.
Slide into those DMs.
Yeah. Well,
lead with the song, though.
I mean,
I want
how can we improve on this theme song?
a hot new soundtrack, like Josie and the Pussycats flavor.
Or are we going
gosh.
to get Sabrina to record it?
Sabrina Carpenter to
Yeah.
record the new Pippi song. Mm-hmm. I think you're
Who
onto
would
something.
play the new Pippi? Like if we were casting right now, who would you put?
It would have to be an unknown.
Yeah. Oh.
See my orange cat getting on the
some whiskers on the screen. It'd have to be an unknown, but I think we're all here. All three of us are onto something, and I would love to see that come to fruition in the future. Do we have any more final thoughts on Pippi in any of her iterations before we move on?
I will. We talked a little bit about the Asian racism.
Yeah.
And I did want to mention the kiss some sweet Oriental girl in a line in one of the first songs.
Oh.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oops. Sorry.
They trimmed out a lot of those
Sorry.
moments in the '69 movie that are still in episodes of the TV show.
Of the show, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, thankfully in 1973 they had the forethought to take that out. we're not going to defend any of it.
Media from a very different time.
Yeah. But everything else.
Also, I wanted to say that
Yeah.
Annika looked like, in the New Adventures, young Phoebe Cates a little bit.
I see it.
A little bit.
Yeah, I see it.
That shot of Annika and Pippi's sailing away.
Yeah.
Of her crying.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
This legitimate acting.
Yeah, she's selling that moment. Good for her. Corey Crow as Annika and David Seaman as Tommy. We won't go too deep. We probably won't touch it at all. Tami Erin these days.
Tami Erin
She's doing the cons.
is
good for her.
Seems like a personality of when you do YouTube
Yeah.
deep dives on her.
Does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, apparently, there was a sex tape scandal.
We were talking about that.
We saw that.
Yep.
She decided to get ahead of it, very much like our good friend from Wizards of Waverly Place.
Well, that guy's making bank now.
I know.
He's rich. He's
really, yeah.
I mean, he's maybe not as rich as Selena Gomez.
He's no Selena Gomez,
but I think he's doing quite well for himself.
He kind of parlayed that into a new career, but you know,
Right.
But I
Side
think,
work becomes the main track. Whatever.
but yeah, the story goes.
No judgment.
The story goes that she got, hey, listen, I'm going to release this tape, kind of a revenge porn situation. So she decided to get ahead of it and release it herself, and that was that. And good for
take
her.
control again. That's the Pippi spirit.
Yeah,
Absolutely. She does work.
To just be like, whatever.
She works the con circuit,
yeah.
hosts celebrity boxing, which
People involved in celebrity boxing are always a little.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. You're always getting. You know, I mean, this gave us the Jake Paul, whatever. who
hosting
cares?
celebrity boxing with Andy Dick. You know,
Yeah, yeah. So we'll leave that there. Go ahead.
I'm going through more of my notes here.
Yeah.
The cleaning montage. That foam was not enough. Like, she needed more foam. But I do feel like Pippi would love a foam party. And
Oh yeah,
an Ibiza
Again,
foam party.
like-
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Tommy would love a phone party.
I bet he would. Scrubbing day
Yeah.
is my favorite day.
There was a moment where I was like, "Well, these are clearly roller skates," and then I was like, "I don't think they are. I think these are just brushes. How are these kids doing? The acrobatic children."
Some good brushes.
Yeah, yeah. And those kids in the Swedish version doing the same thing. These are little children. They're just like, "Go, get out there, go, skate, do it."
I think it kind of made me almost like cleaning,
Ha.
or the idea of cleaning,
Scrubbing the floor,
not actually cleaning, but like, yeah, just moving shit around on the floor with my feet on brushes.
Give yourself a little song to
Seemed like
sing.
I'd scrub the hell out of
Yeah.
the floor if I could
Yeah.
strap on some brushes and skate to my heart's content.
I do need to mop my floors.
Yeah, same.
I have another stray quote here.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than lying to a swami.
That did kind of come out of nowhere. I was like, okay.
I can't remember what lines of dialogue that I had to rewind. Oh, I think it was when they're in the tent, when they're running away and she has the gun, that I had to, okay, hold up. What is this?
What just happened?
What is this batshit dialogue that they gave this girl
Yeah.
of what they're going to do when they run away? I'll have to clip it in.
Running away. Sorry, it's just going to keep happening. The other one, she said, I just love men in uniform, but policemen are the best. That was in the New Adventures. And in the Swedish version, she says, policemen are the bestest fun besides rhubarb pie. What?
I think that it means that she likes to fuck with cops, I think.
Yeah.
But rhubarb pie? I was so confused. And I
Yeah,
wonder
I
what
agree.
the translations, like if the translation is different in the English dub movie versus
sure.
the episodes. Because I think there were some different references, like or language between the bakery versus it's like a sweet roll shop or something.
Right. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Also, spunk. What? The new word that Pippi comes up with?
Yeah.
Or
there was a
discovers?
There was a lot of spunk.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of
There was
spunk
a
in that.
lot.
Yeah.
of Spunk, and I was chuckling a lot.
Yeah, listen, it's a different
Yep.
Culture. Cultural significance of the word spunk doesn't translate.
Oh
boy.
Jeez.
Yeah. But listen, still charming. We're still loving it.
Jason, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah,
This was
has
a fun
been,
conversation.
Thank you so much for
this
having me.
conversation has been so much fun. We all three of us can still continue talking about Pippi.
Listeners got really excited when I
And we will.
posted the preview movies that we were going to talk about this season.
Yeah.
People love them. People love them some
Some
Pippi
Pippi,
Longstocking.
yeah. I think we're gonna. I don't know. Are we gonna split the difference with people loving which version? We're gonna see. We're leaving it to the
I'm
listeners.
curious.
Yeah,
I want to know.
yeah. I wonder how much. Definitely age is going to be a factor for sure into which version you caught firch. But that's
Yeah, can you poll everyone on the Patreon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll do it in the stories on Instagram. Which is your Pippi? Who's your Pippi?
Battle of the Pippies.
Inger or Tami? I'm going Inger.
Oh, if I had to choose, I mean, it's so hard because I feel like Tammy is the Pippi that I grew up with.
Yeah.
But when we went back and revisited everything for the episodes, I do think that the TV show and the old movie, I think, is so charming.
Yeah.
So I kind of have to go with Inger. Now, like looking back, I feel like such a traitor of my generation.
Listen, we're going to leave it to the poll. The listeners are going to...
It's a hard one, though.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I feel like it might skew towards Tammy, but we'll see.
I am really curious to see.
Yeah.
Also having like throwbacks to Nick at Night vibes with Bewitched and Genie.
Absolutely.
Like, I think Pippi lives a little bit in that space.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, the magic that just we all have.
Yeah.
As queer folk.
Yeah, absolutely. Jason, thank you so much again. You are more than welcome to continue this conversation with us or, whatever else we want to talk about. I know you have a lot
You
of
really
other...
wanted in on the Can't Hardly Wait episode.
Oh my gosh. I was waiting outside on the pool house roof, but just had to stare at the stars and watch for UFOs. Oh, that is, if you want to make a sequel, I would love a sequel.
Right.
I fucking love Can't Hardly Wait so much.
Love it.
I mean,
all about timing.
Jennifer Love Hewitt says that she's ready to make the sequel.
Yes, I do slide into Deborah Kaplan's DMs once in a while, and so I'll buzz her about that. She sent me an autographed copy of Josie and the Pussycats on Blu-ray, and
just had its 25
that's amazing.
year anniversary this past week.
Yes. Oh, backdoor lover. So good.
Oh man. All righty.
Okay.
Well,
let's please do this again.
Absolutely.
I'll make time.
Yes, indeed.
Let's find something else.
All righty. Well, listeners, do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with more show. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I knew we could talk about Pippi for an hour and a half.
Definitely. I knew that this had to be a double feature episode.
Yes.
But it was just kind of a fun Pippi discussion in general.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's time to roll back the clock.
Do some weekly rewind.
Yes, indeed. Let's talk about what we've been watching.
Okay, so season 18. We really haven't been discussing season 18 of RuPaul's Drag Race. We've been talking about House of Villains more than season 18 of Drag Race. I don't know what that says about this current season of Drag Race, but I do have to remind myself that there's been 18 seasons of this show. So I think that you do just kind of have burnout with these reality competition shows that you've really seen everything that you can possibly see on a type of show like this.
Yeah, you and I have talked about Is it time for restructuring of the show?
I was thinking this week, how do you even restructure something like this?
And that's why I think they feel like, or they've maybe felt like for a while now, that All Stars is the restructure, right? All Stars rules.
Sure.
But our All Stars rules have been happening since season 2 of All Stars, which was when Alaska won.
That was a long time. That was almost 10 years ago when they filmed that season, at least.
And everybody online has been tired of All Stars rules. People want All Stars rules to go away because
I know
that causes too much
this
drama.
past season of All Stars, which they are about to announce the cast of what is the season 11 of All Stars? I don't even fucking remember. The whole bracket thing.
The bracket thing.
It was kind of diminishing returns.
Yes.
It started really strong, and it got weaker and weaker with each episode.
Yeah. So it's tough to restructure the format. I mean, I think at the end of the day, is it still my favorite show? It's one of my favorite shows. I'm still excited when a new season comes on.
I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite shows now.
But I think you're right. I think there's something about the classic seasons. There's something about everything from maybe 10 or 11 backwards.
I think
is it Simpsons territory?
I think the golden era of Drag Race
is
Logo. I think it's 1 through 8.
Yeah.
I think even season 9.
Yeah.
With Trinity, the Tuck Taylor, and Valentina.
Yeah.
I think the show is already starting to really jump the shark with production.
But I also think that maybe would we be able to just sit down and rewatch that whole season?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Well, maybe we will do that. But you're right, though. I think season 8 is definitely within the classic years. Definitely rewatchable. We have rewatched season 8. We were doing it the other day.
I came home from work after an open last week, and I just put on the live stream channel on Paramount Plus that just shows Drag Race.
Yeah.
All Stars season 1 was on.
Yeah.
I had so much fun watching it. And I know that is a very divisive season.
People don't like All Stars.
It is hated by the cast.
Yeah.
People complained about it at the time, including us.
Yeah.
But I was chuckling on the couch, eating lunch, watching it.
Yes.
They were out on the street on Hollywood Boulevard doing the candid camera
behind the
dares.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun.
Hidden mic telling them what to do. Yeah. Great.
Watching Raven and Juju be like, here, put this whipped cream down your pants.
Yeah.
Slap me with this giant foam finger.
Yeah.
Chanel knocking that challenge out of the park. I think Chanel got every single thing that was on that paper that Chad was reading her.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, do we have we're at the top 3 of season 18.
They're doing a traditional
top 3.
We haven't had
top 3 in a while. And we have Nene Coco, Mikey Meeks, and Darlene Mitchell. Are any of those 3 the stars that we had in those original seasons? I don't know. Even the top 3, one of them is going to win.
I even really like...
We love Mikey Meeks.
Mikey Meeks.
We love Mikey Meeks.
I think it's just a weird season in general.
But yeah, could Mikey Meeks win on season 8?
I think she's going to win.
No, I know. She could win this season. But could she take on Bob the Drag Queen? Can Mikey Meeks take on...
Or is Mikey Meeks going home in the first 3 episodes of season 8 if she was on it? Yeah.
Can Mikey Meeks handle Alexis Mateo?
Mm-hmm.
Can she handle Raven?
You can't even compare Mikey Meeks on a season with any of them.
Can she handle Naomi Smalls? Like, can she... you know what I mean? Like, some of these bitches are coming in there. And I know you're Mikey motherfucking Meeks, and you crawled your way back up from the top after being in the bottom of Rated Queen. But I don't know. There was no real drama this season. There was no season villain. There was no Mean Girls. Right?
I think the traditional season villain, it was the one that went home really early, but that girl was just getting in way...
Oh, Briar Blush.
Briar Blush was just in way over her head.
Yeah. And I think she maybe...
And was just struggling to keep up.
I think maybe she really wanted to be a season villain when she came in, so was trying to produce that, but wasn't able to pay it off. But yeah, I mean, we're watching. I'm watching. I'm excited to see who wins. Probably going to be Mikey. we'll see with this Lollapalooza. They're just going to hand,
I think,
$50,000 to Juicy Love Dion
like just
on
fucking
a platter.
why even bother? Just give Juicy
Yeah.
just give Juicy Love Dion the fucking
The
check.
money. Yeah.
Like, don't even bother with any of the lip syncing. I think that it's a weird production of throwing down the gauntlet that we're going to string Nini Coco and Juicy Love Dion until almost the very end, but choosing just to be done with the one that's doing the best on the show. And I get it. It's a reality show. Like, these things do happen when producing a show of somebody underperforms. Yeah. And it's a lip sync. It's a lip sync for your life, and they're not guaranteed to win.
You're talking about Jane Don't.
But I would argue the show has kind of let those queens slide.
Right.
And
where somebody like
let
Jane
them go further.
Don't, if you really believe the production is pulling all the strings and so is going to win from episode 1, then why give Jane Don't 3 wins? Why put her in the top for every episode if they're just going to let her go and say, hey, it's a lip sync for your life. And if you don't win it, you don't win it. You know, we've seen this happen before where somebody is like, oh, well, obviously somebody was saved from the bottom because they couldn't win that lip sync and they needed them to move forward.
Yeah.
But they didn't do it with Jane.
At least I like that the fan discussion isn't getting too upset with Nini Coco for winning that lip sync because clearly she won that lip sync when you watch it.
And I think people saw that and you can't dispute that. So, I mean,
I think it's a weird challenge to do that late in the season.
Absolutely.
That I don't.
Comedy challenges in the final 2 episodes?
I would say it's a flawed comedy challenge to begin with of the Karen's Gone Wild because that's such an aggressive challenge that tells your improv person no.
Yeah.
That it just hinders them right off the bat.
Yeah. Karens are notorious for saying no.
No, they're being told no.
And the antagonist, if you will, to the Karen is also disagreeing with everything that she's saying.
And sometimes
this is the opposite of a good improv game.
And sometimes Rue in that challenge is kind of coming off as the Karen when Rue as a person is kind of overtaking them a little bit. Right. That Rue is the Karen of that challenge.
Yeah. So, flawed season.
You know what this season did not do?
We're dealing with fatigue, but,
The season did not do the gimmick of saving somebody.
Right. Bringing somebody back.
It didn't do the It's Chocolate or the Badunka. What's a Badunkadunk tank?
Badunkadunk tank.
It didn't do that, which I'm
the golden chocolate
kind
bar.
Of glad. Like
we did the weird fishy. No, we didn't do the fishy chips. That was
stupid little
UK.
That was UK.
Yeah. No weird games, but yeah. I mean, again, I'm still. We're still going to watch. I'm still excited to watch. I'm happy for Mikey, who's probably going to win, but in the long run. I don't know. I don't know if people are naming their pets after Mikey Meeks. I don't know if people are getting tattoos of Jane Don't. They'll do great. Oh, well, no, they won't because DragCon doesn't exist. They'll do great at tours, but I don't think we're getting stars like
Not
Jinx
anymore.
Monsoon, Bob the Drag Queen, Alyssa Edwards. We'll see where the show goes in the future. I don't know how much you can revamp the show without it just being a new show.
Yeah.
Without it being something completely different.
How many years? I mean, I know this is a silly question to ask. That we always say this is when do you think Rue's just going to be done?
Yeah. I don't know. The crazy thing is this show has been on so long, Rue was my age when it started.
Yeah. Crazy.
Rue was in her late 40s when the show started. Mm-hmm. And now Rue is 61.
It's a pretty easy job, too. I mean, there's reasons why Rue can do multiple seasons a year.
Yeah.
Because it's really not asking all that much.
Yeah. But, I'm still watching. I'm not going to stop watching. I'm still going to listen to the recap podcast.
I'm also going down the deep rabbit holes of Paramount and the shady money behind Paramount of that. Do you think Paramount is just going to be like, I think we're done with this show
and just cancel it
it? I don't know.
It's not Logo anymore where that show is keeping the lights on over there. You know, RuPaul's Drag Race was paying the bills at Logo, but it's not Logo, so it's Viacom. You know,
which the main money behind Viacom is shady Saudi money too. Is that are they eventually just going to be like?
No, I know. So
I think we're just done.
Yeah. So I don't know. This is not no longer the tent pole at the network that it once was. So maybe it could easily be just canceled. They're canceling Star Trek shows left and right. So,
like
surprising,
like Tyra Banks said, there are no sacred cows.
Yeah. So we
even for RuPaul,
we shall see. I mean, we shall see what happens. The Tyra Banks show made it to 21 seasons.
Yeah,
21 cycles.
I think so,
but less years. They had 2 cycles a year.
Yeah.
So
we get 2 seasons a year, but it's Drag Race and All Stars.
Yeah, yeah. And so at this rate, we're in the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so well, not the 40s, but higher than that, the 30s probably.
It's a lot.
You know. So it's definitely beat Top Model in longevity years wise, but we'll see where it goes. But that's what we're watching this week. We're excited for that
reality show roundup. There.
Let's give a quick little talk about the drama.
Am I the drama?
Am I the drama?
The Scarlet Envy story,
starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. We did not know what to expect walking into this movie. We had seen both iterations of trailers.
Okay.
We'd seen the rom-com pass, and we'd seen the edgy
A24
comedy
So
pass.
I had forgotten until we got to the big reveal when they were telling the stories.
So listeners, if you have not seen the drama, maybe skip ahead or just end it because we're wrapping up the episode. But we may, in fact,
we have to talk about the twist.
Talking about the reveal.
So I had forgotten I had read about.
So see you next time.
I had read about the reveal in a log line months ago.
Yeah. That
they were putting it in descriptions about the movie pretty early, and then I feel like they made the wise decision and they quit leading with all of it, even though there are a lot of publications that are putting it in the headlines when describing the movie.
Yeah. But I think we're at a point now where a lot of people did not do their due diligence. I think there's a lot of Zendaya fans out there who are just like, I will see anything that she's in.
They're seeing this movie with Robert Pattinson and Zendaya and thinking this is a good date night movie.
Right. And or maybe they just saw the first trailer that did pass it off like a fun romantic comedy. And or maybe a little bit edgy, but still just fun romantic comedy, and people are getting a little upset about the subject matter.
How would you read our audience that we saw it with at the San Anita Mall the other night?
I feel like most of the people were in the know that at least we're going to get something edgy.
Sure.
There was something in one of the trailers that I don't know if it wasn't Nick. It was right before Nick. I think somebody said something. I think people knew what was going on, but there were some couples, but I think all the laughter was in the intended spots. There was laughter.
The movie's a dark comedy too.
So I think those people were in the know. Mm-hmm. So I think that was what was going on with our.
I kind of reminds me.
And it was at the mall too.
Of when I saw The Materialist last summer.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the drama was giving me what I wanted out of The Materialist.
Right.
With Dakota Johnson.
Yeah.
Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal. It was giving me what I wanted out of that movie, and I think that it handled its tone a little better than The Materialist. But I remember there were certain moments in The Materialist where it got a little more intense that you could really hear a pin drop with the audience watching it, that everybody was silent.
Yeah.
And I kind of got a little bit of that with the drama.
Yeah, there was silence in the movie theater, but I think it was also intended. I think it was very much like because there were cringy moments. There was a lot of cringy moments in the movie, but there are moments when, Robert Pattinson's character is saying things that you're just like, shut up, stop talking. And then he would say it and everybody's just like, ooh. But I think that was all intended.
Yeah.
I think there are people out there who are real mad, real butthurt. They did not know where this was going and are mad at the subject matter.
Well, I feel like this movie could not have been made 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Definitely not 15 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked it. I liked their performances. I thought they were all really, really good. Alana.
Oh, you'd love to hate that character. Don't get friend of the pod, Justin Allison, started on Alana Haim and her character on this movie.
I mean, it's virtue signaling.
Yep.
It's the kind of person that you hate. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on with this character. I did not like her in this movie. I'm just like, fuck.
You felt she was kind of redeemed at the end, right?
It's going to color my thoughts about her. But I do think that they did something in the end of the movie that attempted to redeem her character. You know, when this guy comes for Robert Pattinson, Charlie, when they come for Charlie at the end and the guy goes and beats him up, she's there screaming at the guy. She's telling him, fuck you, fuck off, get the fuck out of here. She's screaming at him for coming after Charlie. And I think that is her, as drunk as she is and as mad as she is, somebody came for her friend. And I think that was the moment where they're like,
sure.
Deep down somewhere, she's going to come back to them.
Alana's really good in the movie.
She's really good in the movie.
She's kind of said that it's not really a character that is her at all. And she kind of says that anything that she's been in movies, it's kind of a version of herself.
Right.
That's kind of why she ends up in these Paul Thomas Anderson movies, is that Paul really just likes her.
He sees
so
her.
he kind of writes roles that are really catered to her.
Yes.
So I think it's kind of a good start to a career in acting after Licorice Pizza and what's the movie that won Best Picture?
Everything Everywhere.
No.
I know. She's in
not Killers of... Oh my gosh, why am I all quiet on the...
Lead to Leo. That movie's called... it's called Deep, Dark, and Downtown.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to cut all of this. And
don't you love the titles of movies when I can't think of the title?
We're just thinking of... This is one of those things, if you ask me of like a Best Picture...
Once Upon a...
If you ask me a Best Picture nominee from 15 years ago, I can easily come up with
Once
it.
Upon a Doorstep. It's called
One Battle After Another.
Don't get me started. One Battle After Another.
She's so good in One Battle After Another, and I think that
ultimately a cameo.
Cameo.
But yeah, she's great in this movie. You fucking hate her, but that's the character. The character is written to be this girl. Not a great girl.
I think the movie does really well with the flashbacks. And that type of thing for a movie like this is really make or break it.
Yeah.
That I could see people walking away from this movie hating the flashbacks. I think it's done really well.
Yeah, I do too. I thought it was well done. I mean, I think it's, the movie's made to get you thinking. It's made to get conversations started.
So I saw from the New Yorker magazine, there's a big article from Richard Brody, who loves to write a cunty review of a movie that people love.
Yeah.
The drama is a long troll that exists to stimulate discourse. And you were mentioning last night.
To which I say, isn't all of art?
Yeah.
Isn't that the point of all of art?
Well, this isn't also a fluffy romantic comedy.
Isn't all art created to stimulate discourse?
Mm-hmm.
I mean... right? At the end of the day, this is why we create things. This is why art is made. This is me expressing myself in a way to get people to talk. Mm-hmm. Whether it's
especially
fashion,
with a subject matter that's so hard to talk about in society.
Yeah. Whether it's a painting, a book, a fashion line, a comedy routine. It's all to get us to talk. It's all to get us to discuss how it makes us feel. So if that's supposed to be a read, okay, burn, I guess. That's my take on that.
The pull quote from this is a bunch of word nonsense. He's just writing this stuff for all of its intricacy. The film's editing conceals a void of disrespect for its characters, for experience, history, emotion, and the cinematic image itself, in its febrile moralism, and its facile op-edification it personifies about how we live now and how it has no life at all. I don't know what any of that means. That is just sort of a word vomit review.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit word salad, but, I do recommend people see it for themselves. I think it is a tough subject to explain, this movie is about blah, blah, blah.
We've done a pretty good job not revealing it.
We have. I have to say we have. But, I recommend seeing it for yourself. I think that it's a strong subject matter, but, I think it's well done. And I really like Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, and I think they both did a really good job. He's putting on a character, but...
We talked about that on our Twilight episode.
If that boy isn't just so cute,
He's a very striking face.
The way he's playing this character, Charlie, he is playing him as kind of like a cute kind of our shucks guy. And Robert Pattinson is a handsome man, but in this movie, you're just like, damn, he smiles so much. He's smiling a lot in this movie, more than you see Robert Pattinson smile in any movie, right? But you're just like, wow, he just the two of them together. That's a couple.
Well, we'll be seeing Charlie and Emma in Dune
3. Dune Part 3.
They will return.
Charlie and Emma return. Our Pats is playing, I think, a big role.
Are you familiar with this character at all from the books?
I did not read the third book, but I have seen the Children of Dune miniseries from the Sci-Fi Channel. If it's any good, they're going to make it into a miniseries, which they did. And so
you don't watch movies because they're dirty,
because they're trash and they got nothing but negative.
We also just rewatched Steel Magnolias over Easter.
And I did watch it on the plane coming back from the UK.
We caught a little bit of it in Scotland too.
That's why I watched it on the plane. But yeah, well, I think great movie. Yeah.
Oh, we saw Project Hail Mary, finally.
We did.
Loved it.
I loved it. I thought it was so good. I think that it is very much kind of a people pleaser movie.
Yeah.
Maybe in a few years it's going to be like, get the fuck out of here. Maybe it's a little Forrest Gump in how people pleasing it is.
We were just talking about sincerity in film on our Pippi Longstocking episode, our Pippi Longstocking review. And Project Hail Mary is a very sincere movie. Sandra Hüller is going to have a big year. She's in a few movies coming out this year that are getting a lot of buzz with them. So I think that we will be hearing more about Sandra in the award conversation.
How about that voice? I need to look up what song that was that she sang at karaoke.
Oh, you don't know what it is?
I need to look it up. What is it?
It's Harry Styles.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Great song.
It's a Harry Styles song.
She was very, very good singing that song. In the movie, I very much enjoyed it. I thought that the science was so fun. I was right there.
I'm kind of a dummy, so sometimes I find some of that stuff a little hard to follow.
Yeah.
But I was always in the stupid science classes as a kid, though.
Oh my God. All right.
But it was still fun, though. It never took me out of it.
Yeah. Listen, I barely graduated high school, so we're not exactly in the presence of geniuses here. But I did really very much enjoy the science stuff. I thought it was really fun. But I'm a big Star Trek nerd, so all that stuff, I was right there with it. I loved it. I thought Ryan was great.
Sandra Hüller is in that upcoming Tom Cruise movie, Digger. It's the new Alejandro Gonzalez Inner 2 movie that he's doing with Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So go see. I'm sure you probably will go see Project Hail Mary, listeners, or you'll see it at some point. But we loved it.
I wish we could have seen it on a nicer.
I wanted to see it on that
theater.
wraparound screen.
All of the Mario Galaxies taking up all of those screens.
They're doing the wraparound screens too?
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called, but they're doing it. Next movie that comes out in that, we'll see it. I don't want to see Mario Galaxy in the theater. Well, I think...
All right.
I think that wraps up that, but it is time right now to talk about some Patreon shout-outs.
Let's hear 'em.
Yes, indeed. We want to say a great big thank you and hello to all of our wonderful and active patrons, including new patrons like Dana and Casey, Lisa, Jonathan, Christine, Jonathan, P, the other Jonathan, Teresa, Robbie, Ricky, Callum, over at Once Upon a VHS, Chava, Kitchen Barbie Clubhouse, Ronnie, Matt, Carla, Megan, Andrew, Susan, SB, Brian, Deja, Amy, Erica, Anna, our friends at How Do You Drew, Andy, Kate, Roberto, Daisy, Kelly, Chrissy, Laura, Thomas, Lori, Brenna, Lawrence, Lisa, Alexis, Thomas, Millie, Betty, Melanie, Susan, Paul, Jamie, Drew, Genevieve, Dawn, Josh, Let's see. Aaron, Nick and Shannon, Christine, and Rufino. Thank you for being patrons.
Join the Movies That Made Us Gay patron at patreon.com/movies that made us gay and get awesome bonus content. We have 3 levels of tiers, from a thoughtful donation at the $1 level. At the $5 donation, you will get the TV shows that keep us gay, where we watch a TV show every month and talk about it. At the top level, the $10 level, you'll get the Watch With Us commentaries, where you can watch a movie along with us, and it works as a bonus episode. So join today, and you'll also get a little shout-out on the weekly episode.
Yes, indeed. We would love it if you would like and subscribe on your podcast listening application. Go ahead and leave us a review if you're on Apple Podcasts, and give us 5 stars. Go ahead and follow our socials. We're most active on Instagram, where we are at Movies That Made Us Gay. All of your interaction leads to us finding a bigger audience, so we love that. Also, you can follow our personals if you are so inclined. I am Pete. I'm at Peter Lasagna on Instagram.
Scott Youngballer on Instagram, and follow my letterbox.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.